Hello guys and welcome to our new math session. Today we are just going to correct the homework. It's gonna be midpoint homework correction. So let's start. It was here workbook 2 page 55 question 2. Here was the question. Here he needs me to find the midpoint of the line joining these points. So first of all, let's remember how to get the midpoint of 2 points of the line. Here is the rule. And as you remember that we are adding the x's, x1 plus x2 over 2, and adding the y's and then dividing them by 2. So we are doing that here in question A, for example. Here I'm adding the x's, so it's going to be 1 plus 3 over 2, and adding the y's 1 plus 5 over 2. And then answer that. 1 plus 3 equals 4. Over 2 equals 2, and 1 plus 5 equals 6. 6 over 2 equals 3. So the midpoint is going to be 2 and 3. For question B here, I'm adding the x's, so 2 plus 6 over 2, and adding the y's and dividing them by 2, so 0 plus 6 equals 6 over 2. So here is going to be the answer. 2 plus 6 equals 8 divided 2 equals 4, and 0 plus 6 equals 6 divided by 2 equals 3. So the midpoint of these 2 points is going to be 4 and 3. For question C, it's going to be here negative 4. I'm adding the x's and dividing them by 2. So it's going to be negative 4 plus 2 over 2. And adding the y's and dividing them by 2, which is going to be 2 plus 4 over 2. And then solving that. For x's, negative 4 plus 2 equals negative 2. Dividing by 2, it's going to be negative 1. And here, 2 plus 4 equals 6. Divided by 2 equals 3. So the midpoint, it's going to be negative 1 and 3. Okay, for question D, I have the midpoint here. I'm adding the x's, so 1 plus 5 over 2, and adding the y's and dividing them by 2, so it's going to be negative 2 plus 0 over 2. And then solving this equation. 1 plus 5 equals 6 divided by 2 equals 3. And here negative 2 plus 0 equals negative 2 divided by 2 equals negative 1. So here it's going to be 3 and negative 1. This is the midpoint. And let's go for question E. Here I'm adding the x's, 4 and 5, so 4 plus 5 over 2, and 3 plus negative 2 over 2. So 4 plus 5, it's going to be 9. 9 over 2, it's 9 over 2. And here, for 3 plus negative 2, or 3 minus 2, is going to be 1 over 2. So the final answer is going to be 9 over 2 for x's, and 1 over 2 for y's. So the midpoint is going to be 9 over 2 and 1 over 2. For question F, the final question, here it's going to be negative 2 in the x's, negative 2 plus 5 over 2, and for the y's is going to be 6 plus 1 over 2. So negative 2 plus 5 equals 3 over 2, and here for the y's, 6 plus 1 equals 7 over 2. So the answer at the end is going to be, the midpoint is going to be 3 over 2 and 7 over 2. This is for today. Thank you very much for watching and have a wonderful day.